All right, y'all, part 3 of the broad spectrum with Elon Musk live at the border, Ukraine on the balance, RFK third party, the purple party to divide the nation, Trump, his family. We're going to be getting more into Trump and his family because he's connected to the Heinz family, which is the he in Z, which is the he in 28. The 28 is tied to the 88, and the 28 is tied to Trump at 82 for the rebuilding of the Don Nation, for the rebuilding of the temple, which is where the new DC is, and the White House, and all those other things, for the Israel versus the Israel. All right, the Israel are those people who love war, who love guns, who love killing, who love all those types of things. All right, there's a time and place for it, but you have to realize that the old heaven is going away, and there's a new heaven coming, and they're just going to be cast down on the ground. Let's get into Heinz family, because Heinz Kraft Single is being talked about right now for that recall, and it's being talked about. The best buy is by January 2024, which is tying in perfect for Elvis 1/8/24, for Elvis to be 89, for that 89 time cycle to come in, all right, for that burn to start on America and such, all right. That would be dead winter time when shit's dry, and however they're going to work all this thing, because America's got to burn in different ways for that phoenix to rise up out of it, all right. And Kamala's that matchstick, and she's been given that gun czar role, and she's the border czar, and we can see the DHS, how they can line up for the Department of Homeland Security and the Coast Guard and the Army and the Marines and all these things. We're going to see why we have the military that we have, but our military is not going to be great anymore. It's going to be made weak, because we're living through the times. As we're being broke down, we're living through the times to see why America was so great. Because we were, or we are going to be invaded and bombed and all these other things, and we can never have it happen again, looking back from history, okay? Looking backwards in time. It's a lot better and easier if you can rise up and look at time from a big picture, okay? Because the things of the past are all coming in one way, shape, or form, and they're all going to be consolidating, and as they all come in one way, shape, or form, this is what's going to cause that psilocybin effect, that mushroom effect, where people are going kind of nuts and they're delusional, and they might be hearing things and seeing things that aren't there to everybody, because the Spirit's moving men in all different ways. All different people are hearing different spirits, and everybody's in tuned in different ways and different things and all these other things, okay? And this is going to cause that acid effect. That acid is that AC, the Antichrist ID effect, that real ID and all those things. And ID, the acid, is tied to Lucy, who's tied to the daughter of Satan, and the acid is tied to the ribbon nucleic acid, that RNA and that DNA and all those little things, folks, okay? So it says that the numbers mentioned with the Kraft singles, all right, the Kraft single, that is the Heinz, that's Trump by himself, all right, 16 minus 48, or 16 to 48, all right. The 16 to 48 is 2-4 for 2024, the 48 for the next presidency, because Kamala's going to be the 47, and then the 46 backwards for Biden, and then that +1 for that 47, okay? And that's just one of the connections on there. So that's connecting, that's telling us the best buy for those additions and subtracts and divisions and all those things is best by January, because the things get out in one way, shape, or form, and the game gets shortened. And this is where Trump is going to trial on 10-2 because things are being shortened. For the days are shortened because the elect's sake. And they say the key and all those different things. So, so once the vision and stuff, and once enough of the play gets out, all right, during a certain amount of time, that's when the so-called vision is sealed up, and there's going to be things that are this would be like maybe when I stop doing the videos, or however it's going to go, because we go missing, or however things end up. Okay. But there's different things that's going on. You had the wind talkers of the old World War being gathered up, and now you have other wind talkers, and it's possible we're gathered up in one way, shape, or form, and that could be tied to the alien stuff, and the rapture where the people are left behind, and those types of things. Okay. So we'll see how it all plays out, but all these times are right before y'all. So let's get into Trump's family a little bit. He's tied to the Germans. I'm about to turn on the computer to get some notes pulled, or not notes, but pull up Wikipedia, which is notes, but you know. So he's tied to the Lutheran religion or denomination, whatever. Anyways, that's the Lut Her Ron, all right, or Her Ran. Okay, so there's going to be the steel, and this is tied to the money, the false prophets and such. This is tied to the election, and this is tied to Don stealing the country and those types of things, because most of the nation is going to be called into this, and they're not going to realize the new heaven and earth, and they're going to be called into that final phase, and then after that final phase, they go into the 40 years. It could be 4 years or 40 years, but after this phase is when they would realize what they did, and then America would come back and join up for the new age, for the new heaven and earth in full. And this would be like your 35, 34, 36 time frame, because from Trump 2015 to 2035 is a 20-year segment. And then from 2025 to 2045 is another 20-year segment, okay? I don't know if it's a 10-year segment or whatever, but either way, it's a 20-year segment. So 2023 to 2043, we can see the AI. We saw the AI developed way back when, but now it's been given a certain amount of authority. All right, I guess that's the quickest word that comes to my head. Anyways, it's been given the quickest amount of authority by 2023, and I could see by 2033 that it's in full power. All right, and this ties into 2035 and all that thing. And then by 2033 to 2043, 2045 and such, that's when man merges with machine, and we become in full with AI or whatever, however it's going to work. Okay. So, and Trump connects us to Tesla. His uncle stole the Tesla papers after Tesla died. And that's tied to the time machine, which is tied to the 88 time cycle. And then he did the 369s and all that other stuff. And then also the Heinz, they're talking about the 84,000 or whatever recalls on there. That's tied to the pre-85, because we're going into that 85, 88, 89, 90. And as there's different 85s and 88s and 89s or whatever that's got to come together. So this is, or 84, 83, 82, all those things, because the 82 connects to the 2028. So all those things are connecting either backwards or forwards, and however it's broke up. Okay.